ambition that someone would have that would end in mass murder. You know, I don't even think it makes sense. Well,
they say the awkward part out loud. If you listen to the government speeches, they were saying, we want to acquire this land. And, you know, listen to Mersheimer on Tucker Carlson. He talks about this. He says they want that land. And the way to do it is kick out all the Palestinians. And if they can't, which they are not able to because, you know, the Rafah border is closed, is kill them all, right? And so they're just trying to figure out how to do this. And I think it's probably not economically feasible to just kill everyone, you know? So now they're trying to create these humanitarian cities in Rafah. Have you heard about this? Oh my God, look this up. Humanitarian city in Rafah. It's basically a concentration camp where they're allowed in, but they're not allowed out unless they want to voluntarily migrate out of Gaza. So this came out like 2 weeks ago. And this was a Israeli...
The so-called humanitarian city in Rafah refers to a controversial Israeli proposal to relocate large numbers of displaced Palestinians from across Gaza into a designated area in southern Gaza near the border with Egypt. The plan, promoted by IDF Israel Katz, envisioned relocating initially around 600,000 people into heavily controlled camps or encampments in Rafah. Israel officially described it as a humanitarian measure for civilian protection and possible future immigration. God, it sounds
I mean,
eerily familiar.
Come on.
Well, here's the thing, man. And people like, I've had people say, man, well, why do you talk about this stuff sometimes about Gaza and that sort of thing? All you ever heard growing up from all these movies, all this stuff was like you couldn't even go to the bookstore at the airport with half the fucking books are about the Holocaust. You know, it's like, we get it, dude, you know, but it was chiseled into your brain. Yeah. And people are always like, well, I can't believe the people right outside of concentration camps never said anything, never sounded an alarm, never even whistled loudly. Right. So I'm like, motherfucker, what do you, if, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you see a fucking genocide, you know what I'm saying? You gotta say it.
Gotta say it.
And if you're not saying it, that's fucking crazy. That's crazy to not be saying it, especially when you've been taught all your life, you're supposed to say it. So fuck that, man. Anybody that has I'm sorry if there's and there's other genocides happening. And yeah, I don't know about a lot of them, but I want to learn about them, you know? I've just talked to a genocide professor the other day that lives in England, and I'd like to go and interview him to learn more about it, you know? But I'm sorry if I'm late to the genocide game, but also I don't want to be any later to it, you know? Yep. Like, I don't know. Let's just get back into what we're talking about. Are there any particular moments that really stood out to you during your tenure there as like providing care? Like things where you're like, man, this is like an intense side of conflict or of war or of violence?
Yeah, one story that really sticks out is this 30-year-old pregnant lady, 15-week-old baby in her uterus comes in with trauma, and her blood pressure's dropping. She clearly has some internal bleeding going on. We put the fetal heart tones on the baby to see if their heart rate's going. No fetal heart tones. So we emergently take her up to the emergency operating room. We open up the uterus and extract the fetus, and it's essentially a bullet shot through the uterus, through the neck of the fetus. And just to see that was, I don't think a human is expected to see that, you know? Like there's fetal demise, you know, fetal death from various medical causes, but you don't see a exploded fetus with blood coming out of the neck. That was probably the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. And